Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone present. A warm welcome to our respected finalists, students, lecturers, alumni, and employer representatives, and to all audience members here with us. Thank you for joining our forum today, titled Group Assessment versus Individual Assessment, which works better? Before we conducting this forum, we carry out some research. So, based on our poll that we send in a group students, the results show that more students prefer group assessment than individual assessment. So, our aim for forum today to explore the different perspectives on the assessment method used in education today. We want to know how a group works and individual tasks contribute on student development, skill performance, and readiness of the real working world. My name is Nurbakis Nazira binti Muhammad Rizan. I am honored to be your moderator today, and I will make sure our discussion flows smoothly and every that voice is heard. Now, before we move into the question, I would like to introduce our wonderful panelists who have joined us today. So, our first panelist is Mr. Muhammad Zini Muhammad Zaki, representing the students of University Teknologi Pertonas, who will share their first experience of first-hand with both group and individual works. Next, we have Dr. Syafiqah binti Ibrahim, representing the lecturer of International Islamic University Malaysia, who has guided students through a various form of assessment and understand importance of each method. So we are also pleased to welcome Ms. Nurmi Adrina binti Rusmidi, who alumni of Sunway University, and she now as a quality control at IAMAS. She will share how university project helps in the real working world. And finally, from industry perspective, we have Ms. Hanis Akila binti Hairul Niza, owner of Mega Holding Sdn Bhd, who will provide a valuable insight on workplace teamwork and individual responsibility expectation. Thank you for all finalists for being here. We are excited to learn from each of you. Let us begin discussion with my first question. Okay, since assessment method continue with involved with technology, so Dr. Syafiqah, what kind of method are used nowadays to assess students' learning performance?
As a user perspective, I think the method are used nowadays to assess student learning performance is online assessment tools. I usually use digital platforms such as Moodle or Kahoot to assess students more efficiently. These tools allow them to create quizzes, collect assignments, and give instantly feedbacks. Also tracking students' progress over time. For example, I might use Kahoot to conduct an interactive quiz during class, helping students review key topics in advance and engaging ways instantly since the performance results. Besides that, I must do a peer assessment. Peer assessments allow students to evaluate their group member efforts, participations, and teamwork. These methods encourage fairness and accountability, as it helps identify how much is each student actually contribute to the group projects. For instance, After completing the presentation project, each student rates their teammates on preparations and efforts. Then, I will use their feedback to adjust their grades and ensure assess fairly. In another point of view, students should do presentations and oral assessment. These methods allow me to evaluate student understanding, confidence, and communication skills. It also help me to see how students can explain their ideas, work together, and apply what they have learned in clear and organized way. Such as after completing the research project, students will present their findings to the class. So, I will assess their presentation skills, teamwork, and ability to answer questions confidently. So, what do you think, Mr. Zini?
Alright, thank you for your opinions. I'm totally agree with your perspective. When you said that online assessment tools is one of the methods to assess students' learning performance. It is because this method, this platform like Kahoot or Google Classroom, convenience the student to perform it as a revisions, improve problem solving, and student also can assess their level of understanding in the subjects. For example, I, as a student, feel excited and grateful when our lecturer give us quizzes to do as a revisions, because I can improve the knowledge, I can improve my critical thinking, and I also can determine my level of understandings in the subjects. In addition, lecturer also can give students projects to assess students' learning performance. When students have projects, they will find a source or information, solve the problems, and complete the task on the time. So because of that, they will achieve the good results, and consequently, the lecturer can assess students from the results that is performed by the students. I think that's all for me. What do you think about my opinion?
Actually, I could not agree more what with Dr. Pika and Mr. Zini said. I noticed both individual and group assessment are commonly used now. Individual tests personal understanding, while group project focus on teamwork and problem solving skill. That's all for me.
Thank you for you guys sharing. Clearly, assessment method to be continued to grow with your learning needs. So, next, group works has always been an interesting part of education. So, Ms. Nurmi, in your experience, how did group project during your studies help you after graduation?
Thank you, moderator, for asking my question. Group project really helped me a lot after graduation skill. First, they improved my communication skill. When I work with my classmates, I learned how to talk clearly, listen to others, and share ideas. During one of my projects, my team had to create a new product. So each of us had different tasks. I did the research and added to the design and testing the product. Other than that, group project had teach me problem solving and how to handle conflict. I know everyone agree when we do a discussion, sometimes not everyone agree what we want to say, but we try to discuss calmly and try to find the best solution together. For example, during one of my project, I have a little bit fight with my teammate on how to do experiment. So we decide to combine what I did, and it actually turned out better. Now I use the same skill to solve problem at work. Overall, I can say group project really prepared me for real working life. It taught me teamwork, communication, and responsible. All the skill I still use every day in my career today. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Nurmi. So, thank you for your response. Now, can we hear from Mr. Zini?
I see Mr. Ruby points because the project has a lot of benefits that can give to the students. The students will work well in the groups and they will give 100% effort to complete the task given. So the consequently is these group projects can teach the students to face a problem in real life situations. So that's all from me.
Okay, it's great to hear how teamwork during university strengthens real life job performance. So, I want to hear from a workplace view. So, Ms. Hanis, do you think individual responsibility is more valued than teamwork in your organization?
Thank you, Margaret. So, I believe that teamwork is more valued in the workplace because most tasks require communication and collaboration between employees to achieve company goals efficiently. Working as a team allows us to share ideas, solve problems faster, and share each other's strengths and weaknesses. However, individual responsibility is still very important because each employee must complete their own duties responsibly for the team to function very well. Without personal accountability, teamwork will not be effective. In my opinion, a balanced approach is the best, but teamwork encourages cooperation and innovation, while individual responsibility ensures that everyone contributes equally and performs their role sincerely. As an employee, I think the workplace values teamwork slightly more, especially when projects require coordination across departments, but individual responsibility remains the foundation to a strong and reliable team. So, what's your opinion, Mr.
I see eye to eye with Ms. Hannah said. From my workplace experience, I think both teamwork and individual responsibility are important. But teamwork is slightly more valued. In my organization, most projects involve many departments working together. So we people who can communicate, share ideas, and help each other. Teammates help us finish tasks together, finish tasks faster, and solve problems more effectively. However, individual responsibility is also very important because each person needs to complete their own tasks very well for group to succeed. When I work as a team, even though I work as a team, I am still responsible for checking product quality. If I don't do it properly, it affects everyone as well. So, in my opinion, teamwork and individual must go together. Teamwork keep the group strong, and individual keep the work party high. That's all.
Thank you for sharing, Miss Ruby and Miss Hanis. So, now may I invite Mr. Zini to share their thought? Sorry. Now may I invite Dr. Shafiqah to share their thought?
Okay. I'm totally agree with Miss Nurmi and Miss Hanis. Because I also believe that teamwork is more value in my organization. From a lecturer perspective, teamwork reflects how well students can collaborate, communicate, and support each other to achieve a common goal. In many university settings, group projects encouraged because they help students develop interpersonal skills, and they are essential in real-world workplace. For example, I often assign group presentations or research projects to observe how students share their ideas and divide tasks, or also solve the problems together.
Thank you. Thank you. That's interesting insight. This gives us a view of where education and industry match or differ. So, universities often encourage a group task, as you guys know. So, Dr. Shafiqah, as someone who assigns projects, what do you think the main reason university promote group project?
Thank you, moderator. In my opinion, I think the main reasons university encourage group project is develop teamwork skill. So, group project helps students learn how to cooperate with others, and divide task fairly, also communicates effective to achieve a shared objective. So this experience prepare them for real life situations, because where teamwork is essential in the workplace. So, for instance, in the science projects, students also may work together to design an experiment. Hence, each members contributes their different skills, such as research, data analysis, and presentation, showing that how collaborations leads to the results. However, can enhance the communication skill. So, group project requires students to share opinions, listen to others, and resolve disagreements respectfully. This process improves their ability to express ideas clearly and more confidently, which is an important skill for academic and professional success. For example, during a group presentation, students must discuss how to organize their content and decide who will do the present each part, helping them practice effective communications and teamwork. So, do you agree with me, Ms. Hanis?
Yes, I totally agree with Dr. Shafiqah that developing teamwork skills is one of the main
reason universities assign group projects. It helps students learn how to cooperate, divide tasks, and achieve a shared objective, just like in a real workplace environment. So, enhancing communication skills is also very important. Through discussion and group interaction, students learn how to present ideas clearly, listen to others, and handle disagreements professionally. Overall, this answer clearly highlights how group projects prepare students for future workplace by improving both teamwork and communication. I think that's all.
Thank you, Ms. Hanis and Dr. Shafiqa. Collaboration clearly play a big role in learning. So, some students prefer working on their own. Mr. Zihni, why do you think many students prefer working individually?
Alright, thank you, moderator. From my perspective, I think people prefer working individually because they feel more in control over their work. Okay. When they're working alone, they can manage their time better and properly, and also make a decision without depending on others. For example, if lecturer give the students the projects, so the group teammates, that we find out that our teammates doesn't cooperate well, so it's a little bit difficult to complete the task on time, and maybe we will rather do it ourselves. Other than that, working individually also can educate us to be independent. When we working alone, we will planning, do some searching, and completing the task without by our own. However, even though that working individually feel more easier, but group project also have, and group projects also still an important skills that teach students to face in real life situations. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Zini. Can I hear why? Ms. Hanis, what do you think many students prefer working individually?
So, I agree that many students prefer working alone because they feel more in control of their work, like Mr. Zini said. They can organize their own schedule, make decisions freely, and ensure the final outcome meets their personal expectation. So, working alone helps develop independence as students learn to manage their own responsibilities without relying on others. This experience trains them to be more disciplined, more self-motivated, and also confident of their abilities. Overall, individual work allows students to build strong personal accountability and focus, which are valuable qualities in both academic and professional life.
Thank you, Mrs. Zini and Ms. Hanis, for your honesty. Unequally, or workload might be factor many relate to. So, to give a balanced learning experience, what do you guys think students should experience both individual and group assessment unequally? Start from Miss Nurmi.
I think to give a balanced study, students should have both individual and group assessment equally, because group project teach students teamwork and communication. By that, students learn how to share ideas and work with other people, like in the real workplace. For example, back then when I was student, group work then teach me how to cooperate and handle different opinion. Other than that, individual work, on the other hand, helps students build confidence, responsible, and focus. When I'm doing a report, it taught me to manage time and think on my own. So I think both are important because group work towards scale and individual work independence. So what give a student balanced learning experience. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Miss Nurmi. How about you, Mr. Zini?
Thank you, moderator. I think, in my opinions, I think students should experience both individual and group projects because these both assessments have their own benefits and advantage. Okay, we go to the first one is individual projects. Okay, so first of all, individual projects teach us how to be independent, and it also can improve our critical thinking because we will rely on others. So we must, for example, if teacher give us a task, so we will find the information, manage the time properly, and completing the task on time. So it teaches us how to be independent and responsible about our work. Okay, and second one is group projects. Group project also has a lot of benefits, such as it can improve our communication skills, which is this skill is essential skills that everyone use in real life situations. And then we can share a lot of information and gain more knowledge if we have a group projects. For example, if we work well with group teammates, we can achieve good results in the projects and studies. So group project teach us to face in real life situations and so on. So that's all.
Thank you, Mr. Zini. So guys, let me hear a perspective from our professional lecturer and CEO that have a lot of experience. Dr. Tika?
Okay, in my opinion, yes, students should experience both individuals and groups projects equally. And from my perspective, balancing both types helps students to develop a wider range of skills, and individual project encourage the independence, responsibility, and critical thinking. While for the group projects is build teamwork, communications, and leadership abilities. For experiences both prepare students is to handle various tasks in their academics and professional life. So, for instance, I might assign an individual essay to test each student of understanding the topic. Then, for the group presentations, evaluates how well to calibrate and apply that knowledge in a team setting. Okay.
Okay, how about Miss Hanis?
As an employee, I believe students should experience both types equally because both individual and group projects build different but equally important skills for their workplace for the coming. So individual projects help students develop independence, critical thinking, and self-discipline. discipline that qualities needed when handling personal responsibilities at work. On the other hand, group projects also strengthen teamwork, communication, and problem solving, which are essential when working with others in a company. By experiencing both, students can learn how to balance personal accountability with cooperation, making them more prepared and adaptable when entering the working world. I think that's all.
Thank you for all panelists. Both types give a different strengths essential for the students' development. So, considering both sides of this topic, what could be the best way to assess students today? Miss Nurmi?
Thank you for the question, moderator. I think the best way for the student to assess student is by using mixed board group, and individual assessment. Group project focus teamwork and communication and problem solving, and all that skill student will use after their graduation when they are working. While individual assessment, it tests how a student can think critical and manage work independently. So I think both combination is the best and give fair and balanced way to measure not only knowledge but also real life skill when they are graduate as a student. Do you agree with me, Mr. Jimmy?
Yes, thank you for the students. I see your points. In my opinions, I think the best way to assess students learning comment is by using online assessment tools. It is because these platforms like Google Classroom or quizzes, it's convenience both to lecturer and students, because this platform is easy to use and can keep and it can convenience is easy to use and keep the because this platform is easy to use. For example, after class sessions, lecturer can use quizzes to assess their students about their understandings in the subjects. So online assessment tools give students and lecturer a lot of advantage, and maybe the students can improve their educations using these online assessment tools. Okay, that's all.
Thank you for your response, Miss Nurmi and Mr. Zini. Now, we hear from Dr. Shafika and Dr. Hanis. That's a lot of experience from this topic.
Okay. For me, I think the best way to assess students is by using a combination of individuals and group assessments. From my perspective, this balanced approach allows fair evaluations of both personal understanding and teamwork skills. Individual tasks like quizzes or essays measure each student's knowledge and effort, while students project assess communications, cooperations, and problem-solving abilities. This method ensures that all aspects of learning are covered. That's all. Well, what about you, Miss Tanis?
So, as an employee, I think the best way to assess student is through a combination of individual and group assessment, like Ms. Nuri said, to ensure fairness and a balance of skills. So, students should be graded individual for their personal effort, understanding, and contribution, so their hard work is recognized setting. At the same time, group assessment should evaluate teamwork, cooperation, and communication, as these reflect real workplace situations where success depends on collective effort. So, in my opinions, universities should use mixed evaluation methods such as peer evaluation, presentations, and individual reflections that helps measure both personal responsibility and teamwork skills.
Thank you for all finalists on wonderful sharing. This solution help us understand how assessment can continue to improve. So, before we turn to Q&A section, let me summarize today's forum. So first, individual assessment, strength, accountability, independence, and personal mastery, while group assessment build teamwork, communication, and leadership skill important for our future career. Thank you to all our panelists for the insight discussion. Now, we will open the floor for the best part ever is Q&A section. So please raise your hand, and if you have any question to ask, our panelists will be happy to respond. Yes?
I would like to ask to Miss Ruby.
Yes.
Okay, if you could change one thing about assessment, what would it be?
Thank you for the question. Now I will answer your question. If I could change one thing, I would like group and individual work more balanced. Like I said just now in foreign, group work, good teamwork, and individual tasks show real understanding. What I important for student growth. That's my answer. Do you understand my answer?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Next.
I would like to ask Mr. Vini, do you face any challenge when doing a group project with your classmates?
Alright, thank you for your questions. So there is a lot of challenges when having a group projects with my classmates. First of all, it's difficult to manage time because everyone has a different schedule. Other than that, some groups members may not give full cooperation during to complete the task, so it makes the work uneven. However, we can overcome it if our group teammates work well and respect each other's idea. I think that's all.
Thank you, Mr. Vini.
Okay, next question. Yes? Which panelist you want to ask? Doctor? No. Miss Hanis? Okay.
What do you like most about working out the group?
Thank you for the question. Personally, I like that we can share ideas and learn from each other. It makes the work more creative and easier to finish for the assignment that the lecturer is given.
Okay, thank you. And the last question, please.
I want to ask Dr. Shafika, do you think group project improve communication among students and why?
Yes, because students must discuss and sharing their ideas to complete tasks that helps them to practice listening and expressing their thoughts clearly. Yes.
Okay, thank you to everyone who participated in the Q&A section. We all truly appreciate all the questions and the response shared just now. Okay, then that marks the end of our Q&A section. Thank you once again to the panelists and audience. Our section ends here, and have a wonderful day, everyone.
start already.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone present. A warm welcome to our respected panelists, doctor, lecturer,
You start.
researcher.
Don't rush. Speak slowly.
Shut up.
Whenever you're ready, you can just naturally restart.
Okay.